Donald Trump. A man whose relationship with the truth is about as stable as a Jenga tower built on a roller coaster. But lately, his blatant contradictions have reached new heights, especially when it comes to trade. Buckle up, folks, because this is going to be a bumpy ride through the chaotic amusement park that is Trump's relationship with the truth. Let's rewind to January 7th, 2025. Trump, in his natural habitat, Truth Social, is busy bragging about the stock market like it's his prized poodle that just won Best in Show.
The stock market has set records. Everybody's stock has done well since the election.
Fast forward to March 6th, 2025. When reporters asked if his decision to hit the pause button on tariffs had anything to do with the market taking a nosedive,
No, nothing to do with the market. I'm not even looking at the market.
it's almost as if his level of interest in the stock market coincides with whatever narrative benefits him most. Now, if there's one thing Trump loves more than claiming credit for a sunny day, it's making wild accusations he can later deny ever uttering. Exhibit A: his Truth Social outburst, where he labeled Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky a dictator. Just a few news cycles later, when confronted with his own words,
President, do you still think that Mr. Zelensky is a dictator?
Did I say that? I can't believe I said that. Next question.
remember that whole America First campaign slogan? Well, it turns out Trump's definition of America First might actually translate to America Only, and preferably with deep pockets. During his 2024 campaign, he assured everyone he was the ultimate protector of America's allies. But then, his tune changed faster than you can say Article 5. Suddenly, he's questioning NATO's value and suggesting that some member countries might want to start paying protection money if they want the US to have their back. It's enough to make you wonder if he even knows what NATO stands for. His erratic statements left US allies feeling like they were at a poker game with a guy who keeps changing the rules, and might just be holding all the cards. Remember those tariffs on China? The ones Trump promised would bring back American jobs like a magical economic boomerang? As soon as US businesses started feeling the pinch, Trump quietly folded like a cheap lawn chair. Key tariffs were rolled back, and Chinese imports came flooding back in. It's almost as if this whole trade war was more about political posturing than any real economic strategy. And now, for the grand finale, the Canadian tariff tango. It all started with a claim so bold, so outrageous, that you'd think it came with its own fog machine and dramatic soundtrack. Canada was apparently flooding the US with fentanyl. Never mind the evidence showing that the vast majority of fentanyl smuggled into the US actually comes from Mexico. Trump had found his scapegoat, and he was sticking to it like a maple syrup stain on a white t-shirt. Even as Canadian authorities cracked down on fentanyl smuggling, Trump continued to beat this drum. It was just a convenient excuse to justify a trade war that had more to do with Trump's ego than any legitimate economic concerns. Here's where things get really interesting. Trump's real goal isn't trade fairness, it's control. He's called Canada the 51st state more times than a telemarketer has interrupted your dinner. And this whole trade war? It's starting to look a lot like economic warfare designed to bully Canada into submission. When you examine Trump's greatest hits of prevarication, a clear pattern emerges. It's like a three-step dance move. Make a bold claim, shift your position when it blows up, and deny, deny, deny. Unlike earlier this year when Canada caved to Trump's whims, this time they're holding their ground. So the question is, has Trump finally pushed his luck too far? Will this be the lie that finally breaks the camel's back? Let us know what you think in the comments below.